Hey to everyone in the 338-pound weight loss group. To anyone out there suffering from addiction, whatever it may be, whether it be prescription pills, drugs, alcohol, or addiction to food, hang in there because your life is worth saving. And keep fighting. And don't give up because you are important and you can overcome it. And it's not easy. I've had many alcoholics in my family. I had a brother that died from it. Not so much drugs, at least not real bad drugs like heroin or anything like real addicting drugs in the family, but or crack or anything like that. But if you are dealing even with something like that, get help. Reach out to somebody. Your life is worth saving. If you're drinking too much, if you're trying to lose weight and you're drinking has a whole lot of calories. That's another reason to stop. I really have a heart for people with addictions. And a food addiction is the same thing. The only difference between us and the people that are addicted to drugs or alcohol or something like that, or prescription drugs or something, is they can stop it. It's hard, but they could go in rehab and stop. But you can't stop eating. You have to eat, and you have to learn to eat right. Food never goes away. I mean, people can get away from alcohol. They can get away from drugs. They can start a new life. They can get it out of their system. They can detox themselves. But a food addict has to learn how to control food, because food is not the enemy, and it never was. The enemy is the gluttony, the overindulgence, the lack of self-control. That's the enemy. And I believe the Bible. And there's a fruit of the Spirit called self-control. And I haven't always exercised that. But that is one of the fruits of the Spirit. And it's self-control. There's goodness, kindness. One of the fruits of the Spirit is self-control. I also believe in prayer. But I don't think God's going to take the food out of your hand. I think we're going to have to lay it down. But for any of you who are addicted to anything, because anything that has control over you and in a damaging way, because we're not born to be controlled. Now, we are born to be led. We're to be led by our spirit, and I believe God leads us. Now, all of you might not believe that, and that's your right. And I respect your right to believe differently. But this is how I believe. We are led. And we are supposed to be led but not controlled. So anything that controls us is not good for us. Anything that makes us do something we don't want to do, that definitely is not good for us. Even a controlling relationship. So all of the members of 338-pound weight loss, I'm shining it on my door. Let's walk through a new door. Let's go through the new door, and on the other side, leave the addiction on the other side of the door. Do it one step at a time. Do it one prayer at a time. Do it one day at a time, but do it. I have a heart for people that are addicted to any substance because I've had it in my family and people I love. And people I love have been addicted. Not even just in my family, but other people I love. I do know people that were addicted to drugs, but by the grace of God, they got in rehab and got off, but still it was a shaky situation. And they could have lost their lives. And I know people that almost lost their lives. So I'm just saying this might not have anything to do with weight loss. But I believe there's all kinds of weights we need to lose. And it's not always just the food. We need to lose our bad feelings about ourselves, our low self-esteem. We need to lose depression. We need to lose feeling like we're a victim. Feeling like no one cares. That's not true. People do care. Feeling like we don't matter. Feeling like no one cares about us. None of that's true. We need to get rid of bad relationships, self-defeating things that we say about ourselves. And we need to see ourselves differently. So there are many, many addictions. And there are, I call them demons, the demons of our life. I'm not talking about a little red guy with a pitchfork, but I'm talking about the vices that hold us captive and never let us be the person we're supposed to be. Even grief can be debilitating. And there comes a time we have to let go of everything that's holding us back and embrace the life God gave us. And be thankful for what we have and take it one step at a time. So, 338-pound weight loss group, I am pulling for you. And I'm pulling for me. I've lost 7 pounds and I'm so happy. It's only a drop in the bucket compared to what I need to lose. But I really feel like I'm going to do it this time. And not that I'm not tempted to overeat or eat the wrong thing, because I am sometimes. But not as often as I was. I feel like this time I'm going to do it. And I just want to encourage you all to value yourself and see yourself differently. See yourself through your Creator's eyes, because He thinks you're to die for. And I hope no one's offended by that. And if you are, because if there's some atheists on here that don't believe, or someone who believes differently, I respect your right to believe differently. And I still hope and pray you get rid of the vices. And me also. I never was a drinker, but drink affected my life because the people I love drank. I never was a drug addict, but it affected my life because people I love did things they shouldn't have done. So this is just me. If it doesn't apply to you, then skip over this video. But I'm pulling for every one of you that not only do we lay aside the natural weight, the physical weight of our body, but we lay aside every weight that has caused us to get to this size to start with. Because usually when people are overweight, they have piled food on and stuffed themselves to fill up other voids that they have in their life, and pain and other things that are bothering them. And since I wasn't a drinker and I didn't use drugs and I wasn't a partier, I was an eater. And see, food is a good thing, but anything that you overindulge in is destructive to your health. So cast off depression and start speaking positive things, because death and life are in the power of the tongue. What you say about yourself matters. So this is my spiel. This is my belief. This is my platform. I hope it helps somebody. If you believe in prayer, you'll be happy to know I'm praying for every one of you. And I hope you pray for me, that we get this thing right. And not only do we lose physical weight, but we lose every other weight in our life that's not supposed to be there. And if you don't believe in prayer, then I'm hoping for you. I'll pray for you anyway, but you just hope for me then. Have a wonderful night. Be encouraged, and whatever we do, let's get healthy.